Hello, I'm Ulrich Hatje from Germany. I work in the audio industry for more than 25 years, actually since the days when digital products started to replace analog gear in many areas. In 2009 I joined the Carter Group in the UK, and with a PhD in physics I am now responsible for signal processing software development of all Cardac and many other products within the SoundKit Group. With a team in the UK, we have developed various high-end digital products like the CDC-8, a flagship digital mixing console aimed at the theatre and large live event market. This technology has now been condensed into a new compact yet powerful product line, which I would like to introduce to you today. The DM-20 is the most comprehensive product of the product line. It is a digital mixer with total 20 inputs, 12 of them being analog microphones, 4 of them as combi jacks, the other 8 as standard XLR, 2 stereos on jacks, the SPDIF on standard RCA, and digital USB for playback and recording. On the output side, we have 8 outputs in total, fully assignable to any bus, so you can actually route any physical output socket to any bus you want. In addition, we have 2 monitor jacks along with the headphone output. The mixer is operated by 8 motorized fader, 1 master fader, a 7-inch touchscreen, and 1 encoder, along with a few buttons. The channels are split into 2 groups, one servicing channels 1 to 8 for microphones, the second show 4 microphones and the stereos. These can be switched on the layer buttons to the right. Any channel can be selected by pressing the select button. It will be highlighted on the screen at the same time, and depending on the layer that was selected, the channel can be operated. With the input section, you can set the gain digitally, a delay for the input up to 100 milliseconds, a high pass filter, and you can also insert effects at this stage, but we come to that later. To quickly switch to another channel, you can use the buttons on the top. The EQ can be opened by touching the EQ icon. It's a standard 4-band parametric EQ, fully flexible, so although we named them in a certain way like high, high mid, low mid and low, each band can actually be set to any frequency you like. It can be operated by touch, by the soft encoder on the screen, or even by the hardware encoder to the side. Of course, we have Q, so we can actually narrow the band or widen the band. Next is the compressor, which can be opened by touching the compressor icon. Actually, it's a full dynamic section with a gate and a compressor, gate being on the left hand side here. You can select the threshold, attack release times, the hold time, and the depth of the gate. The gate is actually not used as a classical noise gate like in analog consoles. It's more an artistic gate used to example gate drums or other instruments. You switch it on and off using the in button, and On the right hand side you'll find the compressor. The compressor is typically used on vocals, guitars, bass, sometimes also drums depending on the setup. It's a classic compressor with attack release, times, gate and erasure. So you operate it by using the sliders here, on and off again through the in button. On the channel routing section you can actually see with small meters, so these are switched on, these are switched off. This is very useful for a larger mix and to get a quick overview. You also see the send level you send to the bus, which will change. If I use the send button, I can actually change this and you will see this changing there. This will be layer 2, 4 microphones and the stereos, and USB on the right, so the USB is already routed. We currently don't hear anything because there's probably no audio playing. Next layer is the bus layer. This shows all 8 buses as the channels route to them. Channel 1 actually routes to bus 1, 2, 3 and 5. As I already mentioned, the DM-20 can be almost totally operated remotely with an iPad. By connecting a Wi-Fi dongle to the DM-20, setting up the Wi-Fi and connecting the iPad app to the DM-20, you can actually select the solos, select the mutes down here. This will be reflected on the actual hardware. You can change layers. You also have the setup and the meter page, the effects and the recorder.